These Euro-style LED taillights are a great way to get that clean look for your 2015 to 2023 Mustang at a really affordable price. Featuring OEM Plus style and full LED lighting elements, these are a great way to help set your S550 apart from the rest. One of my favorite parts of the S550 styling is the way that Ford translated the iconic tri-bar design to the modern era. And while the original red taillights look great, some of you might prefer something that's a little bit more slick. Now, these Euro-style taillights are pretty much exactly what the name implies. They are built to mimic the clear taillights that you would find on European market S550s. Especially on a white or a silver or any kind of lighter colored car, these look so slick. But they're going to add a fresh look to any color S550. The black outer housings provide a nice contrast with the lenses, and they're going to make them look right at home on your car. Now inside, these are still powered by LEDs, just like your original taillights. So they'll be nice and bright and you will be seen very easily out on the road. Plus, they keep the signature sequential turn signals, which is honestly a must for any Mustang. The outer housings are made from polypropylene and you've got polycarbonate lenses over top, very much the standard of the auto industry. These are of course weather sealed to help protect the electronics inside, and they are also DOT and SAE approved, making them fully street legal. Plus they come pre-wired and ready to go, making installation a breeze, and we'll talk more about that in a moment. Pricing comes in at about $325, which makes these one of the most affordable sets of taillights on the market for the S550. So if you want that updated look or just something a little bit different without having to compromise on function or build quality, these are a great way for you to get it without having to pay a ton of money. Installation is going to get a 1 out of 3 on our difficulty meter, and the job should take you around 30 minutes or so to complete. Now this is a really simple job, made all that much easier by the fact that these lights are fully plug and play. So you can definitely tackle this at home without much fuss. We're also going to walk you through the process now, so for that, let's head on out to the shop.
For this install, you need a ratchet, 10mm socket, and a clip removal tool. All right, today we're going to be installing some taillights on our Mustang. First, we're going to watch a quick video how to uninstall the stock ones, then we'll come back here and install the new ones.
All right, we're going to start off by first popping the trunk to gain access to the inner panels here. All right, we're going to first start off by getting our liner out of the way there, and then we're going to remove the 4 plastic nuts holding the back plastic on. See over here as well. Set these to the side. All right, now I have a push pin removal tool. There are 2 Christmas tree clips that you have to remove. There's one here, and there's one right on the other side. Now we can peel back our liner to expose our wiring harness right here, and then we have to get this 10mm nut off that stud right there. So you have to get this 10mm nut, and then these 2. Those are the only 3 holding in the taillight housing. All right, the first thing I'm going to do is unplug this taillight, and then take my 10mm socket. I'm using a deep socket. Start loosening up this nut until it's finger tight, and you can back it off the rest of the way. Hold on to this hardware, you will be reusing it. Now there are 2 more up here as well. We're going to repeat that on the other side as well. All right, now with your wiring and your 3 nuts removed, we can now pull straight back on our taillight assembly. Now there's going to be a grommet right here. Hold your wiring harness in place, peel back that, and bring back your plug. All right, the same step for this side as well. Pull straight back, take your grommet out, as well as your plug.
Now before we get our new taillights in, we just need to swap over a couple things. We have our top cover and our magnet on the side here. So our magnet simply just pops out like that. And then the top cover, same thing, you just pull that straight off. Just gonna go over to our new taillight, just pop that into our 3 slots there. And then slide our magnet and our groove there. And you go ahead and do the same thing for the other taillight. So we're gonna get our taillight into place. We're gonna feed our wiring harness through our hole here and seat our grommet in place. Then we're just gonna line up our studs and align our taillight. Now we can go in the trunk and secure it from the back. So now we're inside our trunk. First thing we're gonna do is plug in our harness right here. Simply push that down until you hear click. Now we have our 3 studs, 2 here and then 1 deep in here. We're gonna thread our 3 nuts on. And then we're gonna grab our ratchet with our 10mm socket and tighten that down. All right, then we can just put our carpet back in place and reinstall our push clip right here. Now once you have that done, you can go to repeat the same thing on the other tail light. Lastly, we just need to put our trim piece back in. Now you see your 4 hooks at the bottom here. I know it's kind of hard to see, but they lock into your body. And then you're just gonna line it up and go straight down. Line everything up. And then we have our 4 screw clips that go in the back. So once you line up our studs, we can get those threaded on. So now we have 2 plastic nuts on either side. We're just gonna thread them into the studs to secure our trim back in place. Do the 2 over here, and you can repeat the same thing on the other side. And that wraps up our install of our Euro style LED taillights with a black housing and clear lens for our 2015 to 23 Mustang. And remember, for everything Mustang, keep it right here at AmericanMuscle.com.